keep away from sequels unless you're tired of original ideas. Their only crime is rewriting the lines. They're seen as unforgiving.
Now it begins.
Pumpkinhead II. Blood Wings. This is the 1994 DTV direct-to-video sequel that was directed by Jeff Burr, who also directed Night of the Scarecrow, Puppet Master 4 and 5, and Leatherface, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. The plot. A group of friends are riding around the roads with their headlights off during the night. They hit an old lady. They see that she ran off, so they go after her to her house. And after the place catches fire, and they mess around in the graveyard, Pumpkinhead rises to attack. If they had Miss Olsey, the witch in this movie, summon Pumpkinhead, that'd be great. It would fit better with the first one continuity-wise. But no, do a little spell in the grave, you got a Pumpkinhead. There was such an easy way out. They ruined it. They ruined the continuity with the first one. Now the sequel is a standalone. I don't think they really thought it through. The low budget is really prevalent on screen. This looks like a DTV movie. It sounds like an old 1990s DTV movie. This movie, it has charm, it has atmosphere, but it does kind of suck. The characters, we have Sean Braddock, who is played by Andrew Robinson, who played in Dirty Harry, Hellraiser, and Star Trek Deep Space Nine as Garrick. I like him as an actor, but he has this knack for being creepy. Delilah Pettibone, played by Gloria Hendry, who played in a ton of blaxploitation films in the 70s, is a nurse who gets involved. She becomes the character the wife should have been. Honestly. The wife is not needed in this movie. They should have just wrote her off with, she died or she left us. She doesn't do anything. She's not even in the climax. Jenny Braddock, played by Amy Dolenz from Witchboard, and Tix, who is also related to Mickey Dolenz, who played in the band The Monkees, is the rebellious teenager girl from the city, moving out to this, is it really even a rural community? It's got a high school and everything. It's not like it's in a backwoods wooden town. It's more like, they had a witch living behind the school. It doesn't work. Anyways, Jenny is just... she's not a bad actress. I was gonna go into this thinking I was gonna hate her. But she's not that annoying. She does have some good reactions to things, so there's that. Marcy, played by Soleil Moon Frye, who played Punky Brewster in the self-titled TV show, as well as the 1995 remake of Piranha. She is the Wiccan of the group, but she doesn't do anything Wiccan-like except for look at some stuff and like, that is some spiritual stuff. I established that. I'm happy I did. Because now I'm more of a Wiccan. Yet she compares it to a Ouija board. Great. Danny Deason, played by J. Trevor Edmond from Return of the Living Dead 3, is the bad boy of the group. He is super cool and just everyone's falling for him. He's a typical 90s cool kid who smokes, does drugs, has a short fuse, and yeah, great guy. Then we have Miss Olsey, played by Lillian Chauvin, who is Mother Superior in Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's cool. Has this really weird voice. Like, the first one was like, Ed Holly. This one's like, You summoned Pumpkinhead. What? I didn't really care for anybody besides Tommy, who turns into Pumpkinhead, apparently. At least he had a tragic backstory. For a low-budget movie, there is some decent cinematography. It looks cheap, but it kind of adds to this charm it has. A lot of lighting and flashing lights effects. It's like, stop it! If you have epilepsy, you're gonna be screwed. You can't watch this movie. It's just so much flashing. It felt like a low-budget 90s horror movie. Pre-Scream. I wish the atmosphere felt more like fall for the Halloween season, but I think it's okay. The gore, the effects, some severed limbs, a double impaling, blood splatter, a brutal lynch scene that includes multiple stab wounds, which, multiple stab wounds is an awesome song from Malevolent's creation. Yeah. There's also a pretty awesome severed head. The decapitation in this movie is just poetic justice. It's not terribly gory, but it's got some decent stuff. I love the scene where the guy gets tossed into a chicken coop and the chicken starts to peck at his face, and it's hilarious. The suit, much more this time than in the first one, looks like a dinosaur rather than a demon. They wanted to beef him up for this movie, and I think that's kind of a detriment. Still, KMB Effects did a solid job given the budget they had. I don't know the budget, but it was low. Pumpkinhead actor Mccracken, that's an awesome last name, kept on tennis shoes while filming from his ankles up. I thought that was just hilarious. He also has one of the toys that came out for the movie of Pumpkinhead. You can see it in the behind the scenes of this movie. The motion picture soundtrack, Jim Manzi composes some cheesy music to go with this equally cheesy movie. The main theme is creepy enough. Bom 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 dum dum dum. It sounds like they used a keyboard and an organ as well as the flute work to create the music. Now, before we wrap this up, let's get into some sweet facts with Telltale Treats. How's this for facts for you? They were gonna try to give Pumpkinhead a literal wings, given the Blood Wings subtitle. It was not in the budget, which is a crying shame, because I think that would have benefited this movie. It's already trying to be different, might as well go all in, away from the first one. I think Pumpkinhead with wings is just a great idea. It makes more sense of how he can catch up to you so fast, if he has wings. The set was very lighthearted, so lighthearted in fact, that the FX guys were kicked off the set more than once, I believe. There was a nearly unplayable video game that was released for the DOS in 1995 to go with the release of the film. It was titled Blood Wings: Pumpkinhead's Revenge. It sucked. I saw clips. It sucked. So what are my overall thoughts of Pumpkinhead II: Blood Wings? The movie was so much creepy when I saw it as a kid. This is the first one I ever saw out of any of the movies. However, even then I could tell the budget was low and the acting was subpar. Andrew Robinson is great at playing creeps. However, he tries to be a sweet father and a lawman. He still seems a bit off, though. He's just always staring and giving me a creepy look and a smile. It's just, ugh. I don't hate him as an actor or I don't hate his appearance, but dude can be creepy. Even though there's tons of mystery to unravel in this flick, it still is you turning your brain off entertainment, especially because they spoil the big twist at the very beginning. So, why is he targeting these people? Oh, I don't know. Why don't you watch the beginning? I'd say skip this one, unless you really want a different angle on the Pumpkinhead story that is still unoriginal, because the raising of a demon by accident is nothing new. Then I'd say, give it a shot. It's not the worst movie out there, especially not in the 90s horror genre. It's watchable, but don't expect too much. Even the people involved with making this movie seemed to not really care for it and kind of bash it. Overall, I give Pumpkinhead II: Blood Wings It's a 1.5 out of 5. Thank you all for watching, and I am Brian Gatto, the horror show host. Make sure to like, comment on, as well as share this video. Like my Facebook fan page, and to support me on Patreon, where even $1 a month will help keep this channel going on strong, and I'd greatly appreciate it. Plus, you'll get access to body counts and other music videos that you can't get on YouTube because of copyright and age restriction. Also hits that notification bell, and as always, subscribe.